Welcome back to season 3 of the Courtside Podcast, everybody. Thanks for joining me. I'm your host, Keelan Lee. In this week's episode, we recap all the games from week 2 of the NBA season, discuss why I'm not so sold on the Spurs being a contender in the Western Conference. We're also going to be digging deep into what are my thoughts on the Blazers and the Bucks hot starts toward the beginning of the NBA season and more. Now, before we get started, make sure you hit the subscribe button, turn that post notification bell, like this video, and comment down below if I'm just being a hater or like, what are your thoughts about the Spurs hot start? And without further ado, let's get into the video. All right, so before we start today's video, I just want to address something. One, I apologize for not uploading Month of Mayhem this year. It's just, you guys have to understand that. When I try to upload Month of Mayhem, I try to upload it, like I would record an episode Month of Mayhem. My audio, and maybe I'm saying this wrong, so just hear me out, okay? Because I can't explain that well. My audio, when I record, what is it? Like when I record the Month of Mayhem, when I react to it, like when I'm reacting to it, like when I'm speaking to it, like my video will kind of lag a little bit, if that makes sense. So, it's kind of hard for me personally that like I have to like do all these things. I even tried doing it on Google Chrome. Like I tried recording on Friday, it was like on Halloween. It didn't work. So I'm gonna try to get that fixed. They did have three Month of Mayhem, Three Idiots videos that if you guys want to check them on your own pleasure without my reaction to it, click on the link just down the description. Click on the link in the description down below. I'm sorry, I can't speak today. Click on that. It will have I'll have like all his playlists, 1 through 5. No, 1 through 6. 1 through 6. I can't speak today. 1 through 6. The second thing is you're probably wondering, like, why are you recording at like 10:06 p.m.? Well, because not trying to be lazy or anything, I don't want to record on Monday. All right. I don't know if you guys knew or like can't see right now because of my background. I'm in my Portland house. I'm in my room right now recording right now. So I don't want to like record on Monday, because like I have a lot of things to do. Like I have to like start packing to go back to Washington because I was here for Portland for like Halloween and like hanging out with a couple of my friends. So that's the thing. But anyway, enough about me yapping. Let's get into our first primetime game of the weekend. And that is the Cavs and the Pistons. Honestly, my biggest takeaway from this game right here was this was a typical belt to ass game from the Cavs. I mean, you look at this matchup right here. Donovan Mitchell once again was amazing. He had 35 points. Evan Mobley had 15 points. Jared Allen had 20 points. DeAndre Hunter had 13 points. Sam Merrill had 11. Evan Mobley had 15 points. And their bench, while it was non-existent, they had a lot of good plus minuses from their team. Peeking at the Pistons, I mean, this was just like ugly. I mean, Tobias Harris had 10 points. Cade Cunningham had 12 points. It was mainly their bench, man. Like Tolu Smith had 11 points. Ron Holland had 11 points, but it just wasn't enough, as the Cavs win. Peeking at the next game, we got the Nuggets and the Timberwolves. And this game was actually pretty entertaining. I mean, you got Jokic going for 25 points and a triple double. Jamal Murray had 43 points. Like, my God. And then you got Tim Hardaway Jr., who came off the bench. He went for 20 points as well. And Peyton Watson, the most annoying defender on that team, had 12 points in that game. And yeah, it was a pretty good game. As for the Wolves, I mean, Julius Randle had 24 points. Jaden McDaniels had 25 points. Mike Conley had 10 points. Dante DiVincenzo had 12 points. Naz Reid had 18 points, and that was pretty much it. And oh, yeah, there's no Anthony Edwards. So I forgot to say that. There's no Ant in this one. Next game up, we got the Knicks and the Bucks. And honest to God, this was a really good win for the Bucks. You know, As you can see by the Knicks, Jalen Brunson had 36 points. Landry Shamet had 16 points. Mikal Bridges had 24 points. Karl Anthony Towns struggled in this game. He had 8 points, to go along with 12 rebounds. And their bench, Jordan Clarkson led the way with 10 points. As for the Bucks, I mean, Giannis had 37 points. Gary Trent Jr. had 11 points. Ryan Rollins is balling out. He had 25 points, and their bench wasn't that good, but like it was productive enough to have like 9 points from Bobby Portis, but that was pretty much it. Peeking at the next game, we got the Clippers and the Warriors. And honest to God, this game, like I had to look twice because I was like, this the final score? I mean, Kawhi had 18 points. Ivica Zubac had 14 points. James Harden had 20 points in their bench. I mean, when you put up 30 points in the second half, you know you're in for an ass whooping. I'm just saying, you know. As for the Warriors, I mean, Steph had 19 points. Quentin Post had 12 points. Jimmy Butler had 21 points. And their bench was led by Brandon Pozenski with 12 points. Peeking at the next game, we got the Cavs and the Celtics. And honest to God, I don't even know what to make of the Cavs and the Celtics this year, you know. But as you can see here, DeAndre Hunter had 18 points. Jared Allen had 16 points. Evan Mobley had 19 points. The Cavs actually, they started off hot in this game. Donovan Mitchell had 15 points. Jalen Tyson had 19 points, but it wasn't enough as the Celtics ran away with it. As for the Celtics, Josh Minot had 11 points. Nemias Kyoda, I think is how you say his name. Sorry, Celtics fan. He had 10 points. Derek White had 19 points. Jalen Brown had 30 points. Peyton Pritchard had 10 points. Sam Hauser had 11. Luke Garza had 10 points. Anthony Simons had 14 points, and that was pretty much all she wrote. Peeking at the next game, we got the Lakers and the Timberwolves. I believe this is when the Timberwolves revealed their new stealth jerseys, I believe, which was kind of sick. You know, Rui had 17 points. Jake LaRavia had 27 points. DeAndre Ayton, I think, had his best game as a Laker. He had 17 points. Austin Reeves had 28 points and 16 rebounds. And their bench was led by Dalton Connect with 15 points. As for the Wolves, I mean, Julius Randle had 33 points. Jaden McDaniels had 30 points. Dante DiVincenzo had 14 points. And once again, their bench was led by Bones Highland and Rob Dillingham with 8 points. Peeking at the next game, we got the Warriors and the Bucks. And honest to God, as a person who said the Warriors were going to be good, I am ashamed of myself. Like, look at this. Steph had 27 points. Jonathan Kuminga, 24 points. Jimmy Butler, 23 points. And their bench was ass. As for the Bucks, they didn't even have Giannis in this game, which was embarrassing. Ryan Rollins had 32 points. AJ Green had 10 points. Gary Trent Jr. with 13 points. Miles Turner had 17 points. Kyle Kuzma had 10 points, but it was mainly their bench. I mean, Cole Anthony had 16 points. Bobby Portis had 12. Torian Prince had 10 points, and that was a productive bench right there. Peeking at the next game, we got Halloween night. Oh, yeah, by the way, I hope you guys all had a safe and blessed Halloween this year. But anyway, begin the first Halloween game of the week. We got the Celtics and the Sixers. And this game was good, pretty competitive, you know. Derek White had 15 points. Jalen Brown had 32 points. Peyton Pritchard had 15 points. Anthony Simons had 19 points. And that was all she wrote for the Celtics. As for the Sixers, I mean, Tyrese Maxey had 26 points. Joel Embiid had 20 points. Kelly Oubre Jr. had 17 points. Quentin Grimes had 16 points. VJ Edgecombe seems to be getting better and better. He had 17 points. And that was pretty much all she wrote. Peeking at the next game, we got the Lakers and the Grizzlies. And honest to God, this game is getting this team, the Lakers, are getting very interesting. Marcus Smart had 12 points in his return to Memphis. Luka had 44 points. Austin Reeves had 21 points. And their bench was led by Jake LaRavia with 13 points. As for the Grizzlies, I mean, what can you say? Jaren Jackson Jr., 15 points. Jalen Wells, 16 points. Jock Landale, 16 points. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, 12 points. John Moran had 8 points. All right, Cedric Coward has been balling out as a rookie. He had 13 points. And Cam Spencer had 12 points off the bench. Next game up, we got the Warriors and the Bucks. This was today, actually, and honest to God, this is not looking good for the Warriors. I mean, Steph had 24 points. Jonathan Kuminga had 17 points. Jimmy Butler had 20 points. Brandon Podziemski had 16 points, and their bench, as I said before, was non-existent. As for the Pacers, Pascal Siakam had 27 points. Isaiah Jackson, 10 points. Aaron Nesmith, 31 points. Quentin Jackson, 25 points. And their bench was non existent. And finally, the game that just ended, actually, it ended like 5 minutes ago. It's the Mavs and the Pistons. And honest to God, something is going on with the Mavs. I mean, Cooper Flag was solid. He had 16 points, but he took 14 shots. Klay Thompson had 11 points. Max Christie had 13 points. D'Angelo Russell, who I've been saying should be the starting point guard, he had 31 points, and Brandon Williams had 12 points. As for the Pistons, I mean, Tobias Harris had 11 points. Duncan Robinson had 18 points. Jalen Duren had 33 points. Cunningham had 21 points. He also had 18 assists. Asar Thompson had 15 points, and Isaiah Beef Stew Stewart had 10 points. So, what are you guys' thoughts on this week's games? Let me know in the comments section below. So, moving on to our next segment, we're going to be discussing a few topics, starting with what my thoughts about the Bucks starting off well is, if it's sustainable or not. Because as many of you guys know, I kind of like, I kind of like, I don't know what the right word is, but like, I think I kind of like disrespected, if you want to call it, the Bucks a little bit. But look, I'll say it once and I'll say it again. I'm not like going to like be like, okay, you guys win. Like I still don't think this Bucks team is good. I still don't. This team is not that good. All right. Giannis could do so much, and it's get to the point where he's just gonna be like, I'm tired. I can't do this, man. All right. And look, I think the Bucks are gonna be good this year. Don't get me wrong. I think they're gonna be a good team. But saying that they're a title contender, like after 2 weeks of the season, is like not impressive to me. Especially when there's like we like with the Bucks, we don't know who their second best player is. Okay, is it Ryan Rollins? Is it Kyle Kuzma? Is it Miles Turner? Like we don't know. All right, like I was watching a segment, I think it was on NBA and NBC. They were talking briefly about the Bucks, and I think it was like T-Mac, Tracy McGrady said like the thing that the Bucks have to do is figure out who their second best player is. Because we know Giannis. Giannis is a metahuman. He can do whatever the hell he wants. All right, but who's that guy's like, I will take some of the scoring load out of from Giannis. That was Dame last year, but he's no longer on the team. All right, so we'll see what happens. Of course, again, this is just only the beginning of the season, you know. But right now, as it stands, I'm not stepping down on like my Bucks prediction. I just don't think this team is good. So what are you guys' thoughts? Let me know in the comments section below. Moving on to our next segment, we're going to be discussing about the Blazers and their hot start and if it's sustainable or not. Look, as a Blazers fan, yes, I am a Blazers fan. I know a lot of people out there, particularly like my family and my friends, don't think I'm a Blazers fan, but I'm going to be honest with you. This team has me watching, and let me emphasize, I haven't watched a Blazer game, like a full-on Blazer game in a long time. Like like last year, I didn't watch a ton of Blazer games. Like last year, I didn't watch the Blazers a lot last year. You know, that was like one of the teams like I try to avoid, because like it just haunted me. But I will say this about the Blazers. They're going to be a good team this year. I feel like they're going to be a good team this year. Obviously, I think with the whole Chauncey Billups like scandal, which I'm not going to get into because I know this sounds crazy. I still don't know much about this information. I know a lot of people want me to share my thoughts about the gambling issue with him and with Coach Billups and all that stuff. Guys, all right. I still, even though it's been like what, a week since they announced it, I still don't know much about this. Okay. So don't ask me like, hey, can you like, what's your reaction to this? I don't know yet. Okay. I will say this about the Blazers. The Blazers, they're fun now. They're like back, if you want to call it. All right. But At the same time, I don't think they're ready for playoffs yet. I don't think. I think yes, we have to wait until Dame comes. They have to wait until Dame comes back, and I have to see how Dame looks after an Achilles injury. All right. I know people are gonna be like, but KD was good. Yeah, K's a freaking metahuman. Thank you very much. So I don't know. If he's good, he's gonna be good. But I have to see it. I'm sort of like for my Christian friends out there, like Adele Thomas and like Dame is Jesus. I have to see it with my own eyes to see how good Dame looks. If he looks good, then maybe I could change my mind. But right now, this team is on my bubble of teams that are not going to be bad, but they're not going to be good either. All right, they could play spoiler. Speaking of good teams, we're going to briefly talk about the Spurs and like if they're a contender after like their amazing 5-0 record. Because it seems like every time I turn on my laptop, because like this is where I get my TV, if you would. I know it's a little weird how I watch TV on my laptop, but it is what it is. Like a lot of times when I turn on my shows, everyone is saying they're a contender. Like going from First Take, Get Up, NBA Today, First Things First, like everyone's saying the Spurs are a contender this year. And I've gone back and forth with this because I said the Spurs were going to be a good team this year as well, but I don't think they're a contender just yet. And it pains me to say that because one of my best friends, she's a Spurs fan, but no, they're not a contender. Why, you may ask? Because if you look at their schedule, like the first 5 games of the regular season, I know it's kind of like not a big deal, in some way, but 4 out of the 5 teams that they played against in their first 5 games did not qualify for the playoffs. The only team that qualified was the Miami Heat, and they got absolutely hoed by Cleveland last spring. So no, I'm not ready to say they're a contender. I will say this though, Wemby looks amazing. Like I don't know if you guys knew this. I'm in a Blazers group chat with a couple of my Blazers brothers and sisters. We were sending each other clips here and there, and like I asked, like, "Hey, do you all think that Wemby's a metahuman?" Which is my way of saying, is he like an alien? And then one of my buddies was like, "Kevin, he's been a metahuman since he got here." So yeah. So short answer, I don't think they are a contender just yet because. I have to see them play against tougher competition. And if I could read the Spurs schedule, let me actually find the schedule out out first, Hold on. Let me pull up their schedule, you know. But let me pull up their schedule. Like let me read you guys their schedule because right now as I'm recording this video right now, they don't they had an easy start to their schedule, but I know for a fact it's gonna get a lot more tough than it already is. Like let me look for their schedule in NBA. Here we go. So this is the Spurs' next couple of games. This is their next. We'll do 5 games. This is who they play next. All right. This is their next. I'm gonna do 7 games because I feel like there's another one. All right. At Phoenix, who's frisky. Okay, Phoenix is frisky. At the Lakers, home to the Rockets, home to the Pelicans, home to the Bulls. No, at Chicago, sorry, who, by the way, is undefeated, and twice against Golden State. If they can go 7-2, all right, I think they're gonna lose to Houston, and I think they're gonna split with Golden State. If they can do that, then yeah, I would say they're a contender. But right now, as I'm recording this video at 10:23 p.m. Pacific time on a Saturday night, the day after Halloween. No, they are not a contender in my eyes. I think they're all right. I have because also another thing about why I don't think they're a contender, they're not healthy. All right, they don't have De'Aaron Fox, so I have to see what they look like with a healthy Fox. If they can, if Fox is solid, then yeah, I would say they're a contender. But as of right now, they are not a contender. So, what are you guys' thoughts on my little segments that I did with the Blazers, the Bucks, and the Spurs? Let me know in the comment section below. All right, so now we're gonna get into our week 3 NBA picks. All right, last week I was actually pretty good last week, so let's see how well I do this week. All right, so let's start with the Timberwolves and the Nets, which is on a Monday. I will take the Minnesota Timberwolves in this one. I think they're the better team than the Timberwolves. The Nets, sorry. All right, I think they have more talent than the Nets. Lakers and the Blazers. This is going to be a good game. I'm not going to lie. This is going to be a good game. Unfortunately, I am going to take the Lakers in this one just because I don't feel like the Blazers have enough to shut down Luka and Austin Reeves. So that's why I'm taking the Lakers. Magic and the Hawks. This is going to be a good game. I am gonna take the Magic because right now I don't know the status of Trey Young because I think last I heard he was like he had an MCL or something like that. So like I have to see if he's gonna be how long he's gonna be out. So at the time I'm recording this video right now, he will be out for like the next several weeks. So I will take the Magic. Thunder and Clippers. This is always a good matchup when these two teams face against each other. I will take the Thunder in this one, but I won't be surprised if the Clippers win this game. Timberwolves and Knicks. This is going to be a fun game to watch. All right. You got, I think, Karl Anthony Towns versus Julius Randle, round three. I will take the Knicks just because I feel like if the Wolves had Anthony Edwards in this game, I would pick the Timberwolves, but I don't know. I'm going to take the Knicks. Spurs and Lakers. This is good. This is going to be a good one. All right, this and probably another game. This is on America's game of the week, in my opinion. I am going to take the Spurs. I think the Spurs right now are playing hard. Like I listened to their coach. Is it Mitchell Johnson? Spurs fans, like that's your coach. And I heard him in the pregame huddle, and he sounds like the right dude to coach this Spurs team. All right, Clippers and Suns. Bradley Beal's first game against Phoenix. I will take the Suns in this one. I do expect Brad to have a good game, hopefully, because I drafted you, Bradley, in fantasy. But I will take the Suns. Rockets and Spurs. Battle of Texas Part 2. I am going to take the Rockets in this one. I am going to take the Rockets in this one. I think KD is going to have a good game. I think Wemby is going to have a good game. And I'm going to make a bold prediction. I think there's going to be a possession where Wemby is going to do something crazy, and then at the other end of the floor, KD is going to do something crazy. You know? Warriors and the Nuggets. I am going to actually take the Warriors in this one. I think the Warriors, they're upset on how they played these past few days, and I think they're going to come for some vengeance. Lakers and the Hawks. I'm going to take the Lakers in this one. And then Suns versus Clippers. I will take the Clippers in this game. So yeah, those are my week 3 NBA picks. So what are you guys' thoughts on this week's episode of the Courtside Podcast? Again, this is season 3, episode number 3 of this podcast. We're just at the beginning point, all right? With that being said, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your evening. I know it's like almost like 10:30 right now. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your weekend. Stay safe, stay warm. To all my football fans out there, go Pack Go. All right, as you can probably see, I'm wearing my Packers shirt right now. And where did my Packers hat go? I don't know where I put my Packers at. Anyway, but with that being said, have a great rest of your weekend. Enjoy the weather if it's nice out. All right, but be safe out there because it's still pouring rain right now. And I'll see you guys next time. I'm out. Peace.